How much gas does your car take to start?
Oh, interesting. Hey, what's a shish kebab really mean?
This is totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy. We scour the internet and other sources to gather totally useless information just for you.
Plus, we answer your emails and the headline from news from around the world. Yes, a Florida man was asked to hold his hot dogs.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Nick,
Yes?
it's a new season, and we have Leanne on, and you had to start right away with holding hot dogs.
Well,
Of course
well,
he
before
did.
we get to Leanne Phillipson,
Your weekly sweet and savory facts of totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Come and get it!
yes, we do have a very special guest today. Welcome to Season 7, everyone. Thank you all for your support and your dedication to totally useless information with Nick and Roy.
Yeah, seven seasons, amazing, 130 something shows, incredible, 65 different countries. And guess who we got back on the show?
And because we have a very special guest, we cleaned up the studio. We replaced the candy dish with a bowl of fresh peaches and grapes. Hey, welcome, Leanne Phillipson.
Oh, thanks so much for having me on. Congratulations on yet another season. Holy smokes, you guys are on fire.
It
This
is.
just proves when you're as famous as Nick and I,
Yeah.
you get the good guests like Leanne,
Yeah.
who's an amazing nutritionist.
She is, according to her website, because I did some research, Leanne is a registered nutritionist, best-selling author, engaging speaker, and nutrition expert featured weekly on Toronto's News Talk 1010 Radio, which is part of the iHeartRadio Talk Network, which is what we're on as well. So she's part of our family. She's an approachable and sought-after media contributor and a go-to for nutrition quotes, interviews, ideas, tips, and articles. But we have her on not because of all of that, because she's our friend. So welcome, Leanne. We really do appreciate it.
We have her on because she put me on the seafood diet. Leanne said, any food you see, you eat.
Nice try. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
So
I
what-
do.
tell-
My cheeks end up hurting at the end of our chat because I'm laughing so much.
Listen, laugh, and learn, which is what we talk about here on the show. And so, Leanne, what's going on in food? Like, what's some of the funnier stuff that you've come across lately?
Oh, there's some really interesting, I guess you could almost call them trends in a
Uh-oh.
way.
Trend.
And something that I came across at my local market. So I go to a local market every single week and I buy all my beautiful greens and everything that's in season, talk to the local farmers. And then there was this one vendor and he has freeze dried everything like strawberries, apples, watermelon, and really like freeze dried foods were developed so that they could seriously go to the moon and reduce the weight of the food that they're taking with them, right? So you take out the water and the oxygen that's normally found. And this was like 1960s, I think this was. They started with ice cream. And we got sucked in. My daughter wanted to try it. So we picked him up and tried it. And I was like, ugh, when you can't get something out of your mouth fast enough, you're like, pah, 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 pah.
Yeah.
It was such a bizarre taste, but they've also turned baby snacks into this freeze-dried stuff. So when it kind of hits your tongue, then it starts to like disintegrate and just gives you some sort of flavor. It's a
I was
really
actually talking to
bizarre thing.
somebody about the freeze-dried stuff, and they said the problem with it is they put sulfur on it. And you have to get freeze-dried stuff that has no sulfur. It has to be completely naturally freeze-dried, because if it has sulfur, it's really bad for you.
Well, it's the same thing with like dried apricots. When you go buy dried apricots and they're orange, they've been sulfured because really when they dry, they should be brown. So that's like a Turkish apricot.
Yeah.
People who have asthma and sort of breathing conditions, they sometimes really get triggered by something like what you're
They
talking
turn
about.
orange. I believe that's what Donald Trump used to put in his hair.
There you go. That's it. Right there. He's with sulfured.
So how long does the process take to freeze dry, let's say, a bunch of strawberries? Like, is there?
I didn't even ask.
You know, I have a
Tried it, so I said,
dehydrator.
okay.
I have a
That's
dehydrator.
different.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
it is.
different. A
Right.
dehydrator is awesome, rock star. You're
Yeah.
gonna, slowly at a really low
But you know how long it takes
dry
to
your
do
food.
like
days.
raisins and bananas? You just keep leaving them there just like forever. You can make jerky quick, but like a few
Right.
hours, maybe 4 hours or so. But bananas took like almost a whole day, and they were all right. They weren't great. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to try these things out with food, but yeah, you got to know that you're not.
Yeah, it's fun sitting there and watching, just like watching paint dry. It's like watching the fruit dehydrate in front of your very eyes. How
I
much
was
fun-
hungry when I started, but then
Yeah,
I ate like
exactly.
3 meals in between. So
That's right. Exactly. Are you a fan of shish kebabs, Leanne?
I do quite like a shish kebab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you are these like shish kebabs that you would barbecue, like put some meats on it, or
Yes.
purely vegetables? So what would a Leanne Phillipson shish kebab look like?
I just had some a couple of weeks ago that had a bunch of peppers, onions, and shrimp that were folded differently. Like I kind of looked at it as I took it off the shish kebab and thought, that looks really cool. How did you do that? So I think rather than putting it through kind of as it laid flat, they folded it in half and then stuck it through. It was awesome and so incredibly tasty. I love shrimp with anything. So
I don't want you to be offended in any way by what I'm about to say, Leanne, but when I do shish kebabs, I rub my meat.
yes.
I pause.
Wow. Yeah.
I rub my meat with cumin, and I rub it with ginger.
Yep.
And some curry powder.
Oh,
And I let
beautiful.
that sit overnight. Yeah. And I let it soak in a little bit of coconut milk.
Oh.
And then the next day, I make the shish kebab out of that. And it's great with chicken because the chicken soaks up all that good flavor.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sounds good.
Well,
It is good.
the reason why I bring it up is because I found out in my totally useless world that I'm in is that the word shish kebab is a Turkish word. It means sword or skewer. And it was the medieval soldiers who used their swords to grill meat over open field fires.
Oh, makes sense. They stuck the meat on their sword to put it over the fire.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so in Turkey, shish kebab does not really normally contain vegetables because they may be cooked on a separate skewer. But I guess here in North America, they combine all of the meats and the vegetables. But apparently, I think Roy, for those of you who don't know, Roy is a trained chef with papers and everything. He has his papers. Show me your papers.
Yeah, they put the papers on the floor in the bathroom like they're puppies.
That's right. He's a paper trained chef. So you were telling. So apparently you know a little bit more about shish kebabs in terms of how to assemble a shish kebab. You just can't throw anything there randomly.
Well, a lot of times people mess up with the shish kebab. They use the wooden skewer, they put it on the grill, and the skewer falls apart. What you need to do is put the slower cooking items in the center and put the quicker cooking items on the outside, like the tomato and stuff like that. And then you place those items on the outside and you cover them with tin foil and keep the meat very tight in the center and cook the meat so that the shish kebab skewer doesn't burn away. And then at the end, you take off the tin foil and you get the nice char on the vegetables and they got a little bit of a snap to them. And then you take that chicken off and it's got that curry, cumin, ginger flavor coming off of it. It's wonderful.
boy.
It's good.
You're not getting hungry now. I don't know what is. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Our very special guest is a registered nutritionist, Leanne Phillipson, our friend. You know, we had a lot of fun a few months ago. She came over to our Christmas party, and if I remember correctly,
Nick, don't discuss what happens at the Christmas party here
Well,
online.
but she brought over this dish apparently that it's like eating out of a skull or something. What was that? What was that? It was something
Does
like
this Christmas party have anything to do with holding the hot dogs? The news?
No,
at the
no,
end
no.
of the thing?
That's coming up in News from Around
Not
the World
you,
later in the
Ian,
show.
Not you. I'm talking
No.
about Nick.
No. Speaking of,
Believe me, Nick can hold his own hot dog.
well, now just because you're a registered nutritionist doesn't mean that you don't indulge in richer foods. Like your diet isn't berries and nuts and anything like that. Like you indulge every once in a while, right? There's a true confession.
Yeah. And I have a really big question for you after this. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't indulge in hot dogs.
Okay.
So I won't be a part of that conversation other than to say everybody gets to choose what they put in their mouth,
Okay.
as I talk about on my podcast. So no, I don't, because I don't enjoy them and I'm kind of scared about what's in them, but that's okay. But really, the majority of my diet is quite healthy. but I do love, like, probably my biggest vice is crisps. And I say crisps because I like British crisps better than I do North American chips. Because they just, I don't know, they just taste different. And I lived in England for a while and they know how to do their crisps.
Oh, see, so now she said the word crisps. So here's a question I have for you. What type of oil? Because I only use avocado oil, which is super expensive.
Yeah.
But there is avocado oil. And then also, second part to the question, do you know about seaweed oil?
Oh, I have not heard of seaweed oil.
So go ahead. What type of oil do you like to use? And then I'll tell you about seaweed oil.
So extra virgin olive oil, organic. I always use that in any salad dressing, drizzling, anything like that, or just to dip some beautiful bread and vinegar with herbs and spices in.
It makes it sound sexy.
I know.
Yeah.
So
drizzle
yummy.
that olive oil all over me. Yeah, okay.
It's like first I take a naked piece of bread and I drizzle it with olive oil. I bathe it in it and run it through it.
Roy will turn anything into a naughty duck conversation. Like.
I'm going to finish their oil thing. What I fry in? Well, first of all, I don't really fry, but if I use the frying pan or anything like that, it's always coconut oil or grass-fed butter. Like I've got a thing about mushrooms right now. I learned how much it supports your microbiome, which are your good bugs in your belly. And every week at this market, not the dehydrated or the freeze-dried guy, I go over to the mushroom guy now instead. I buy like 4 or 5.
He's the guy wearing the tie-dye T-shirt.
Yeah, different kinds of mushrooms. And I fry
He's like, hey, Leanne, what's happening?
Yeah,
Buy some mushrooms?
Go on.
Yeah. And then I fry them all up in butter.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Seaweed oil.
Yeah, tell me about that. What's
super
that
high
about?
temp, super high temp, great saturated fats, things like that. Really great. It is probably the world's greatest oil, but it's so hard to get and it's super expensive. It's like $30 for a small little thing of it.
Right.
But seaweed oil is going to become something once they figure out how to process it properly.
Right.
You know, but
and not
again,
kill it like they did with
exactly. Like I only get the cold pressed avocado oil, which I love. But let me tell you about hot dogs. There is a grass-fed, non-GMO, grass-fed, completely uncured, natural skin hot dog on the market that is actually gluten-free. All it has is meat, some garlic, some vinegar, a couple other small items, no preservatives, no nothing, and it's a hot dog. And it tastes like a hot dog you would taste. So it's almost decadent, but good for you.
It's not called a sausage, really? Or it's a sausage that they just decided to call a hot dog?
Sometimes I call it my Italian sausage, but
I'm disappointed in you, Roy, because usually you call it a hot Italian sausage, but come on.
The old spicy hot Italian sausage.
So now, since you don't really indulge in any of the fried stuff, so then I won't tell you about the corn dog.
No.
Tell
Not
about
my
the corn
thing.
dog. Come on, Nick.
So there was a guy by the name of Stanley S. Jenkins who pioneered a brand new and a brave guy that he was, a new wiener world in which hot dogs are coddled lovingly in delicious cornmeal
They
batter.
coddle the dogs lovingly.
That's right, in delicious cornmeal batter and
He's
bathe
disgusting, Leanne.
and
He is disgusting.
Come on. Okay, I could read this 2 ways. Okay, I'll do it this way, right? So, hot dogs are coddled lovingly in delicious cornmeal batter, then bathed in hot oil, a treatment benefiting culinary royalty. Or we could read it this way. Hot dogs are coddled lovingly in delicious cornmeal batter, then bathed in hot oil, a treatment...
Or-
Yes.
Nick, you could read it this way. The guy ran out of buns, took some cornmeal, slapped it on the hot dog, and threw it in the fryer.
You may
And the
laugh.
corn dog.
You may
was
laugh,
born.
but this corn dog, Stanley S. Jenkins, filed a patent with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for an appliance that allows him to impale battered foods with a stick or a handle and deep fry them in oil. So you may laugh, but
Dangerous to me.
Seriously, is this dude got a patent on like the Oreos, the Mars bar, the butter?
deep
because
fry.
it's on a
Well,
stick?
maybe the machine, maybe the actual appliance that
The
he
impaler.
That's right, the impaler.
Impaler.
We'll call him
The impaler.
Stanley S. Jenkins, the impaler. So
Got
now
it.
you might think of a corn dog a little differently now after hearing that.
I don't think about corn dogs.
No,
No,
Not big
No,
on them. They're
not
ugly.
really. I'll just think
ugly
about the
gray hot
impaler,
dogs.
actually,
The
is what I'm
impaler.
going to think about when people
Yes.
talk about all this deep fried stuff.
so
They go for.
Dangerous, Leanne.
Oh, so unhealthy.
So Leanne Phillipson is not only a registered nutritionist, like we mentioned, she's also a host of her very own podcast called Eat
yeah.
This. Tell us about your podcast, Eat This.
Well, we have a laugh a bit like you guys too, talking about all the things to do with food, because food can get to be a bit of a heavy subject at times,
Yeah.
can't it? And all your health issues, your aches, your pains, your headaches, just all the things that go along with it. So we bring a lot of levity to it, but really my passion is to educate people, so no matter where they're at on their health journey, that they can be empowered with more knowledge and understanding, because you don't always get the answers from, say, your doctor or the people that you're going to see to help you, which means you got to take charge of your own health.
See, if you listen to Leanne speaking just now, you realize how ridiculous me and Nick really are. we choose to bring people totally useless information.
So she's the complete opposite. So her podcast.
Our listeners heard Leanne for like 8 seconds and they were like blah blah blah.
No, well, but
She's much too smart for us.
She is. But she continues to come on our show, which we really do appreciate. So listen, laugh, and learn is what we do.
I
So
got something, Nick.
well, let me just let the people know where to find Leanne Phillipson, which is
Oh,
Eat
wait,
This,
yeah,
her
you got
podcast,
to
Eat This, which is
tell 'em.
available on the iHeart Talk app, right? On the app, the
This.
iHeartRadio app.
iHeart, really everywhere you get your podcasts.
Exactly.
But make sure that you search for Eat This with Leanne.
Right.
And then I'll pop right up. I'm juggling.
It's a
some
great
oranges.
show, guys. Eat This with Leanne.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You got to really tune into her show because I love her show.
But did you see the picture she's juggling? What are you juggling there? It's
Oranges.
oranges.
Yes, she's an orange juggler.
Yeah.
Not really. I dropped them all over the floor. It was just a good shot.
Yeah, not to be mistaken with the impaler hitting your juggler.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
I got one good for you guys.
All right.
And this is for you too, Nick. You're gonna love this. Tonic water,
Yeah.
Mm.
quinine, which by the way saved the Panama Canal. Otherwise, it would have never been built because people were getting malaria, and they took the quinine and it stopped the malaria.
Right.
But quinine's an interesting compound. So tonic water has quinine in it. And the quinine, the compound of quinine, when the lights are completely off, glows. It picks up the light and actually has a glowing property to it. So the next time you're drinking a gin and tonic in the dark, you will notice that it glows. It has a slight glow to it because of the quinine.
That's amazing. I like that one.
That's fascinating. I just this morning talked on radio about how to save your liver from all the summertime drinking and things like a gin and tonic, and suggested a gin sonic.
Gin Sonic. That sounds interesting. Sounds futuristic. What's Gin Sonic?
Sounds refreshing.
It does, doesn't it? Well, the concern with the gin and tonic is that not only are you getting the booze, the clear booze is the best way to go, but you got lots of high fructose corn syrup in your tonic water. But otherwise, like gin and soda doesn't really work. So you actually do some gin, a bit of tonic, and then top it up with soda water. And it's just better on your liver, on your hydration, and it's actually really refreshing. But I wonder if it's still going to glow in the dark.
Probably not.
Put like a wedge of lime in it, maybe something like that.
For sure.
So take the tonic bottle and sit it next to the two of you. It's very romantic.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a candlelit dinner; it's a tonic water lit dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it. There you go.
So Roy and I used to work in a restaurant. Roy's father owned the restaurant for many years, and I was a waiter there. So here's my next question: what is a dumb waiter?
Nick?
No, not me.
Your picture's there.
Listen. So dumbwaiter is used to bring up food from a restaurant to kitchens below, and also to take dirty dishes back down in the dining room. It's hidden an essential service in almost every mansion, cafe, and restaurant. Maybe if you've seen one of those old-time movies where you see like a dumbwaiter in that situation. So this lifting device has been used for thousands of years, Leanne. The first recorded use dates back to around 200 BC during the age of the Romans. Yes, an architect described installing a dumbwaiter to allow the movement of goods. Now, why do they call it a dumbwaiter? It has nothing to do with me, really. The term's origins are simply that this lift was a way of having your own silent waiter, not seen and not heard dumbwaiter.
Oh, okay, that makes much more sense.
It does. I mean, it's kind of interesting how way back then, like 200 BC, they thought of something like this. Crazy.
And I think if anyone ever goes and finds one, the first thing they think of is, can I fit in there?
I'm sure
And go for a ride.
I'm sure if we've interviewed a few firefighters along the way, I'm sure they've had many a call for persons stuck in a dumbwaiter. They put the dumb in dumbwaiter in that situation.
That's more where it was coming from, I thought. Yeah, for sure.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Leanne Phillipson, our friend and registered nutritionist, is on our show once again. Really thrilled to have you. And Leanne, how can people get in touch with you?
You can search for Eat This with Leanne to listen to my podcast that goes out every single week. You'll find all the show notes and information on leannephillipson.com. And also, I've got a great line of supplements. I've got my award-winning book and so much more information about the radio that I do over on sproutright.com.
So leannephillipson.com and sproutright.com. So what
You need to go on, folks. You need to listen to Leanne's show. It's awesome.
After you finish listening to our show here, then you go
of
to
course.
Eat This with Leanne. Look that up.
Nah, you can go right over to Leanne. No.
Okay, no, go ahead. We'll wait. We'll wait for you.
You know what? There's just, you got to laugh, which is an excellent medicine, but then you got to go learn the stuff about what you put in your mouth. So it's good.
Well, the expression, you are what you eat.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
So what are the fun food stuff that have you come across in the last little while here, Leanne, you can share with us?
Oh gosh, what else has kind of got me scratching my head? Oh, I know. Bacon, everything. Bacon in everything.
Yeah.
Bacon like covered in chocolate.
Oh.
A bacon martini.
What?
A bacon on top of donuts.
Oh my God.
Bacon flavored mayonnaise.
Bacon on anything.
Bacon flavored vodka even.
Love
I mean,
it.
I get the loving bacon, but can we just leave it at bacon?
No, bacon. I like bacon. Bacon vodka is fantastic because think about it. It has a smoky property, almost like a bourbon.
So they're
Okay.
just really marketing it as
You're not
bacon
into
flavor
the
when it's
bacon
just
everything?
smoky. No, I don't mind. I don't mind it. Bacon's great. I don't have it too much, but just kind of getting in everything just gets it a little much maybe.
We have a bacon festival down here.
Really?
I
Really?
swear they do exactly what you were just saying. Bacon in everything. Bacon. It's literally a bacon festival. People make pigs of themselves.
Well, so wait a
I'll
minute.
tell you,
So-
I can't go there because I'm such a hog.
He goes on his motorcycle. So, do they serve eggs at this bacon festival? No, they
Egg?
probably don't. They don't serve eggs.
No, bacon and eggs. No, that's too common, Nick. Come on now. Have a little imagination, Nick.
Just bacon everything.
Exactly. Well, Leanne, I just can't thank you enough. I think we've really scratched the surface on all kinds of fun stuff with food. I mean, you are what you eat, as we said, and I mean, you can indulge every once in a while. I think it's about moderation, like anything else. So, if there was one thing that anybody can take away from the show today, if any, that is, what is the best way to stay healthy and enjoy yourself at the same time?
The most foundational thing I think that we can do for your health, and it's so not sexy, drink more water. That's it. It gives
Depends how you drink it, Leanne. If you're drinking it completely nude, it could be sexy.
It could be very sexy.
Yeah,
and you have some sort of twizzly straw between you and the other person.
Oh, look at that.
While you're drinking
good
it.
one.
There you go.
Yeah, Roy creates a different waterfall, if you know what I mean. After drinking all that water. So years ago when I visited,
the prostate isn't what it used to be.
listen, years ago when I went to visit Roy down in Florida, we took a picture. There was in front of our hotel there was a fountain with a dolphin, right, that's shooting water out of its mouth. And Roy and I positioned ourselves right in front of the dolphin where you couldn't see the dolphin, and all you thought was when you took the picture, there was this stream coming out of both of us at the same time.
And there should have been a little notation under the picture that said they're acting like 3-year-olds.
Yes, exactly. Acting, my goodness.
Which is way beyond our educational thing.
Right.
So once again, Leanne Phillipson can be found at leannephillipson.com and sproutright.com. Eat This with Leanne is her podcast. It's pretty popular. How many downloads have you gotten since you started this thing?
Way over 200,000 now.
Wow.
Find out why.
You know what's funny? You know what I got out of this whole segment with
that?
Leanne?
What's that?
That Nick knows where to buy an impaling machine.
Right, and deep fry it. Leanne Phillipson, thank you so much. We're thrilled to have you as part of our first guest ever on Season 7. Thank you for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
Thanks so much for having me. It's always a blast.
Thanks, Leanne.
Bye, Leanne.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy.
This is Totally Useless Vehicle Information with Nick, Meet Me, and Roy. Vroom, vroom.
Boy, she's always full value, isn't she? Leanne Phillipson, leannephillipson.com. Thanks so much. That was a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like having her on.
Hey, how about...
And it's interesting. I mean, really, you learn a lot of cool stuff from her.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, keep your eyes on the road. Keep your eyes on the road, especially if you drive a Saab. If you play around with the computer system in a Saab, you should be able to uncover a hidden gem. It comes with the game Pong.
What?
So it's like one of those Easter eggs where if you play around with the computer system in a Saab, it'll actually uncover the game Pong.
Really?
Yeah, that's safety.
Do they even make Saabs anymore?
They do.
Where? In Sweden?
Probably, but if you have a computer system, don't play. Just don't touch the computer system.
You know, I worked for Saab, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Scania. Scania was they built airplanes, and then they came out with Saab. And believe me, they were a sob story. You bought those, you were crying.
Yes. There you go.
The gas gauge.
Yes.
Yeah, the gas gauge. This is very simple stuff. Gas gauge.
Okay, we
right?
use it all
very
the time.
important.
Yeah, yeah.
They weren't added to cars until 1922. That's 35 years after the first car was made. That's a lot of roadside assistance.
It
Nick.
is. I was going to say. A lot of jerry cans.
Imagine they would open up and look inside the gas tank to see how much gas was in there.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Looks like I got about a half. I think I'll make it.
Yes. Exactly. And then people that you
While you're smoking a cigarette. Let me check the gas.
Boom. Yep. I guess no more gas. Yeah. As you're riding along, you see these two people pushing the car. How come? Because we didn't calculate the amount of gas properly.
I'll tell you why, because it's 1921. The gas gauge isn't coming out till next year.
Yeah, gauge this.
Sons of...
Hey, put that in your tailpipe. Technology has come so far that nearly 80% of Formula One drivers have a coating on their exhaust pipe that was originally designed for nuclear reactors.
Whoa.
80% of Formula One drivers have a coating on their exhaust pipe because it gets really hot, I guess, right? So this was originally designed for nuclear reactors.
Sure, I have underwear like that when I eat beans.
nuclear protected
Boom.
underpants.
You better get out of the way.
You know what? What a great marketing scheme, right? Nuclear powered underpants.
Yeah. Nuclear protected underpants.
That's right.
Protect the whole family from
That's
Roy.
right. That's right. From the R bomb, the Roy bomb.
I love this one. In the United States, Nick, this is a sad statement, but a car is stolen every 45 seconds.
Oh.
Hold on a minute. They just stole my car.
So by the time you're finished revealing this fact, a car is stolen in the United States.
One was just stolen.
Oh.
Every 45 seconds, a car is stolen in the United States. In Canada, a car is stolen every... Oh, there you go.
There goes another one.
I don't have the stats for Canada. I wish I did.
Well, the thing is that at the and I live in Toronto, Canada. Roy is in Fort Myers. There's been carjackings. So never mind getting, the car stolen out of your driveway. It's quite something. And they arrested some people because it was part of a ring. But yeah, so you have to really be careful. Make sure you always lock your doors.
I don't understand the terminology of that carjacking. It should be car abduction. Because you're abducting a car. If you were jacking it, the people that were sitting inside would be like, hey, stop jacking my car up, and put it on a jack.
That's right.
Just for fun to see their face, the back wheels are spinning.
Exactly. Is your name Jack? Yeah, it works well.
Yeah. How do you like that, there?
I like that, Jack.
We got you now.
Got you by the four wheels.
If you and your family ever want to roll again, you'll give us $20.
That's right. Steve Jobs, the great Apple pioneer, really. One of the many things that Steve Jobs was famous for was his refusal to put a license plate on the back of his car. It was a Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG.
Nice car.
But Jobs spotted a loophole in the California DMV regulations. It allows 6 months of grace before a license plate had to be attached to a new car.
So it just keeps getting new license plates.
As a result, the Apple Supremo maintained a rolling 6-month lease on a series of new SL55 AMGs,
Just not to put a license plate on them.
replacing one with another just before the grace period ran out.
Before you said this, you should have been like, weirdo alert, weirdo alert.
Exactly.
Weirdo alert.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That guy's a whack.
Yeah.
Who does that? Because he didn't want to put a license
And
plate
what
on
would
it?
it be? Jobs? Jobs one?
Well, it would have
what-
been like Apple One or Apple I.
Yeah. Or Mac.
Just Apple OI. Apple of my eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I guess not. Nope.
Rotten to the core.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat-baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
I was looking through the mailbag and I noticed Jake from Napa Valley. That would be California.
Yes.
For those that do not live in the United States, Napa Valley is a place where they make a lot of wine.
Beautiful.
But anyway, Jake says, thank you so much for making my birthday this year something really special.
Okay.
I received a birthday message from Nick and Roy. He wrote back to us because he was so taken back by the fact that this was an amazing, amazing gift. He said, I'm a hard person to buy for, and this was just something special. So, Jake, happy birthday, man. A second time. You got the preferential treatment. You
Yes,
got-
that's right.
But happy birthday the second time. Thank you, folks. If you want to go on nickandroy.com, just click on birthday messages. It's that simple. It's an awesome gift.
nickandroy.com. Hey, my mailbag, Sharon from Windsor, Ontario. And Windsor is one of the cities that, in fact, we have our radio show on the iHeartRadio Talk Network. And all you have to do is click on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen to our show. And she comes to us from Windsor. Dear Nick and Roy, we cannot get enough of your show. We listen to you on your podcast every week when it comes out. And we listen to you on the radio on the weekends on my smart speaker in my house. Very smart. Smart lady to listen to totally useless information.
You just say, like Siri or Alexa, play totally useless information with Nick and Roy. And the newest show will pop right up.
Exactly. She knows what she's doing. Hey, today on the show, we talked about food. We had a very special guest and really dear friend, Leanne Phillipson, on the show.
Yeah, she was fun.
We talked about cars. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
A Florida man with hustle, eat, sleep, repeat tattoo was charged with throwing hot dogs at a police officer.
Hot dogs.
Jason Stoll is out on bail, according to online court records, but a Tampa Bay area man was arrested for allegedly throwing a hot dog at an officer who warned him he was violating a city ordinance.
What do you think? He was at a gay bar?
No. That's right. He wanted to throw the hot dogs.
Wieners for everyone.
He threw a hot dog at a pig. Jason Stahl, which is, by the way, is slang for cop.
Nick, he
What?
threw a hot dog at a pig.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, offensive.
No, listen.
Offensive.
According to some slang
Let us
dictionaries,
salute, first responders and service people.
of course, yes. Without them, they'll just leave me hanging. Yeah, you go ahead. I did not call them a pig. I had nothing to do with that. Now, Jason Stahl, who is 47, is charged with felony battery on a law enforcement
Big charge.
It's a
Yeah,
big
it was
charge.
a big hot dog he threw.
It was one of those jumbo franks you get at the ballpark, right?
Yeah, he was Costco footlong. But go ahead.
That's right. He threw a
Maybe he dried them beforehand. They're a little harder to get to him.
Sure. So he was charged with felony battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer without violence.
Wow, how many did he throw?
Doesn't say. Maybe later on in the story here, but around
Usually there's 8 in a pack.
took him 10 minutes. And then the officer was really ticked off because
But Nick, there's only 6 buns. That's
right.
No, how many buns are there?
it's
8
usually
buns?
it's 10 hot dogs in a package and 8 buns in
Yeah, the buns don't do as much damage. The
They
hot
don't.
dog could get you in the eye.
Exactly.
Or maybe you get one stuck in your ear.
So a St. Petersburg police officer told Stoll he could no longer sell hot dogs in the roadway after his street closure permit ended.
Oh, this is why.
An officer asked him to close up shop, but he
He was
continued.
loaded. He had a lot of hot dogs.
He did because he tried to continue to sell the hot dogs.
Oh, no.
So
this is out of control.
Stoll, the perpetrator, became frustrated and threw a hot dog at the officer.
Yeah, because feeding your wiener to a person, you should have a permit.
Well, but not only that, the officer was still in full uniform at the time of the incident.
Oh, no. He should have known better.
That's right.
What did he say to the officer? Would you like one in between the bun?
So, that's right. So this wasn't like an undercover cop or a plainclothes policeman.
No.
This officer was in full uniform at the time of the incident.
Think that he would have given him one free.
That's right.
And a donut.
They do. A hot dog flavored donut. Stoll, who lives in Newport Richey, was booked into the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, this is a Florida thing.
Yeah, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office must be really, really busy.
Very,
This
very
is-
busy.
this is-
Very, very busy.
This is not
We have
the
people
first-
urinating on each other. We have
urinating
hot
on
dog
cars.
throwers.
If you remember a few weeks back, we had one of the fine citizens of Florida urinating on a cop car. No.
Now, we have some men that dress like women that have known to be hot dog eaters, if you know what I mean.
That's right. And they're vegetarian. So according to some court records, He is out after posting a $2,500 bail.
You can't let this guy near food. If he gets
No.
into a supermarket, goes in the vegetable area, starts whacking people with zucchinis, this is dangerous.
That's right. But not only that, you knew this guy was a derelict because the court records note he has many tattoos, including the phrases hustle, eat, sleep, repeat.
Uh-oh.
And
So he'll do it again.
that's right. And the other
It says
tattoo,
repeat right on his tattoo.
and not only that,
Repeat offender.
he's a repeat of, that's right. He hustle, eat, sleep, repeat offender. That's right. He has to add that. Okay?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, this guy, he's bad news.
And the other tattoo, what doesn't kill me makes me
Hey, maybe
strong.
you could sell him an impaler, Nick.
That's right. Yeah. You see, so
Start putting his tubes on the impaler. Let me tell you, this guy could make some more money that way. Plus, if he throws them at the cop, he stick them right in there. You know, 'cause the impaler is a little sharper. Plus, who the hell doesn't like a nice big meat on a stick? You know, a tubular meat.
listen, he would have been a lot better off if he was selling corn dogs because at least they had a softer landing when it hit the officer.
Could you see the cop talking to the judge? Your Honor, he accosted me with a tubular meat. Just kept hitting me with it in the face.
That's right. What had me really
He
startled,
lashed me with his tubular meat.
and what really got me really upset, Your Honor, is that I started to enjoy it.
Yeah, what really got me upset, Your Honor, is I like kraut and mustard on mine.
It didn't-
Speaking of kraut, Deutschland.
That's right. Yeah. And so apparently, because of the many tattoos, he didn't cut the mustard.
No, but what they do, they arrested him and he loses his hot dog cart.
Well, his permit already ended, which is what started the whole thing. So he can't even sell hot dogs anymore.
There's
so,
very few hot dog carts here in Florida. We don't see them. Like New York, there are hot dog carts all
Yeah,
over.
everywhere.
Dirty water dogs, right?
yeah, exactly. So anyway,
here,
so
no.
maybe he knows better for next time.
No, down here we sell flying dogs.
Hey, speaking of next time, thank you very much for joining us on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet, as we always do, and other sources to find more totally useless information just for you.
So tell a friend to make season 7. That's 777. That's amazing. Tell a friend, and thank you guys. Thank you so much in 65 countries now for listening to Totally Useless Information.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is a production of nickandroy.com. Visit nickandroy.com to access the full library of episodes or wherever you get your podcasts.